Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we'll be talking about Jaire Alexander and Germaine Pratt being released from the Packers and Bengals, respectively. This on another episode of... So, Alexander and Pratt were both released by their teams in the past week, and it's kind of interesting. So, let's get into it. Alexander was a cornerback for the Green Bay Packers for the past few years. And when he was on the field, he was one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Unfortunately, at the same time, he is also very injury prone, which is unfortunate because of how good he is. And the Packers decided that his injury history is no longer worth paying him the kind of money he's owed moving forward. So they decided to release him. And now he's on the open market, which for the Packers means their cornerback room, it got kind of worse because he won't be there, but at the same time, they've been playing without him quite a bit. So it doesn't really make too big of an impact. Now, what I will say is that cornerback room is awful, but they're helped by having some decent safeties like Xavier McKinney. So, where does Alexander go now? Well, any team that has a hole at cornerback should be interested in him. Of course, those teams need to make sure they have a plan in mind to manage his injuries because they happen a lot. So, moving forward, I think he will be signed before 2025, but it will most likely be in the sense of a team signing him on a more cautionary contract where they don't want to shell out the big bucks necessarily to someone who could get hurt immediately and miss pieces of each season. And that brings us to our other topic of today in Germaine Pratt. Well, the Bengals decided to release the linebacker. In 2024, Pratt had a great season. He played amazing, and it was sort of a breakout year for him. Now, the Bengals decided to release him. And this actually is kind of shocking because I didn't think the Bengals would ever release someone who is that good for their defense. And this goes all into the idea that the Bengals defense is not going to get better in 2025. You can write that off right now. Because along with their disputes with Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart, now they got rid of probably their best linebacker, which by doing this, what's the plan? Who in the world is going to man that defense and make it at all capable? And if you're a Bengals player on the offense, you're looking at this probably thinking, are we going to have a defense? Because you might as well not. You might as well just trot out the training dummies to try and stop the other NFL teams at this point. The Bengals are so unserious about actually having a good defense that they're willing to fight their best player on contract details about an extension if they're willing to just release probably their best linebacker. Starts to make people wonder, are we serious about winning? Because the actions the Bengals are doing right now, it does not speak to a team that actually wants to win a Super Bowl. And as it turns out, Pratt has already found a new home, speaking to how desirable he is to have on a team because he signed with the Raiders almost immediately. And I think that actually works nice for the Raiders. The Raiders obviously lost Spillane at the linebacker position at the end of 2024 to free agency, and bringing Pratt in fills that hole on their defense. Now, the Raiders' defense is not especially good either. Similar to the Bengals, they're not a standout unit, but by bringing Pratt in, they actually are attempting to get better. So, I'll give them that. So with that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe down below, tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time.